everybody, today we're going to start episode 25 of Kamen Rider Gotchard. So I thought we left off with Guion being happy for his Kami collection as Humper 1 is pretty much scared right now. And we see like when we left off last time with Hotaro using the incomplete super form Iron Gotchard to fight against Warp Terra. And we still have the cool song start playing from Fire Gotchard, like I think What's Up Your Fire, as he pretty much gets tanking all the hits from Warp Terra and nothing is actually affecting him when he actually survived a lot of the attacks, and everyone pretty much shocked that he actually survived everything. He does a pretty cool finisher with the train coming out of him and he uses it to punching them and like punches Warp Terra away and even captures it. Minato attacks him as he still tanks it all, but then 10 Liner becomes Steam Liner again, and he transforms him back to his normal form. And his ring turned back from gold to silver again, and passes out. But then, shockingly, Fuga comes in, somehow alive, which doesn't explain anything, and berates Minato about the way he's been being a bad teacher and taking away the future from his student, and decided to use all his alchemy to take everybody away from him. Also, the intro starts playing, and the only difference that they add Iron Gotchard to the intro, so that's pretty nice. After that, we see Rina happy to see her dad back alive, because it's a nice little moment, even though she says that she hates him and pretty much berating him. Actors speak louder than words as she still hugs him, and he's pretty much crying to see him back alive. But this is the one thing I will criticize the episode, that they don't actually explain how Fuga is actually alive, because he doesn't say why and how he survived from like getting blown up, in the first episode. And he pretty much just goes along saying about Hotaro's forbidden alchemy thing, and we see a flashback seeing Fuga come in with after Kyoko saying how there is one thing from that episode saying that there's one way to use forbidden alchemy to transform only one Kami. And even talk about saying that it's not important how he survived, as Fuga pretty much teaches Hotaro how to transform only one Kami, and he had to use like some of it like life force or something like that, like in order to use some part of him to be part of the experiment. And he turns one of the Kami Steam Liner and starts to use the Gotchard fire extension thing, and actually turns it on in order to become Steam Liner, become 10 Liner. And by using himself as well to be added to the experiment. And as Steam Liner becomes, like I said, 10 Liner, and it's pretty cool to see how this, once again, that Hotaro is using some of his alchemy himself in order to create a new power-up. Not to mention that also Fuga turns his ring to golden in order to help him out. So something is actually happening whenever he turns his ring golden. Even though with all the pain and suffering and all that, he's still pretty happy that he actually succeeded. And after that, Hotaro still needs time to recover, and coincidentally, Fuga knows a way to enter the alchemist academy for some reason in a secret tunnel. But Kyoko wants a story told first, and I thought it was going to be the story about how he survived, but I like that the case because they actually decided to skip that as well, because they're going to tell us that Minato's story instead. We see Guion looking at Hotaro becoming Iron Gotchard and then getting worked up as he pretty much tells Minato how the hell he became so powerful and also how he learned forbidden and ancient alchemy, and ordered Minato to kill him. So that's actually pretty funny that he actually now sees Hotaro as a threat, which is just pretty funny to me that he didn't see him before, now he does now. And that's an upgrade to Hotaro if I say anything. As Kyoko and Fuga tell the story of 10 years ago when the invasion happened in the academy. And they tell a story about Minato having a junior who is pretty much treated as a brother named Suzuya Daiki. And he pretty much acts like Hotaro because he has a dream of becoming a big shot alchemist just like Hotaro, saying that he wants to share alchemy with everybody, even the people who are not alchemists, and teach them how to do it in order to create world peace. And Minato pretty much say that that's pretty much a naive and dumb dream, but he's still gonna support it either way. It's a pretty nice moment to actually see Minato being just nice and happy with somebody else, and actually pretty much see why he's so protective of Hotaro from the beginning, and also why he interacted that way with him. I don't think Hotaro reminded him too much about Suzuya, which trying to reason why he acted this way towards him. Especially with the same dream with Hotaro being wanting to become a big shot alchemist. They get his alarm start blowing throughout the whole academy as they're being under attack by the amalgams, which is actually shocking for Minato, Daichi, and Kyoko, who are actually there because they actually think that Fuga was the one who actually taking care of them. And Daichi and Minato go out to find Fuga as Kyoko actually needed to go find Spanner. This is around the same time Spanner's parents actually died 10 years ago. So yeah, this is the same attack that happened. And we're also gonna get the same attack that led to Hotoro also from the past playing with Steamliner and Hopper 1 we saw in the episode where Hotoro goes back to the past. I'm gonna think that's also the case. And everybody tried to fight as Fuga decides to actually show up where Suzy had actually taken care of the Kami and also two of the sisters, Cloto and Lakis. As Fuga pretty much take care of both Cloto and Lakis and tells Suzy to go out and find Grion. Minato actually finds Grion, calling him sensei, like professor, but he didn't seem to know that he was a traitor, and he tried to get him to leave because they're under attack. Before like Suzy and a couple of other alchemists coming in saying that Grion the traitor, and surprisingly Grion acts differently as he's acting very like shocked and appalled that he's actually being accused, and tried to convince Minato that he's not. But then Minato decided to trust his friend Suzy and decided to pretty much arrest Grion. But now he starts to act like the character he is, and he breaks free from it, turning the metal pipes that he got arrested with into like the golden Rubik's Cube that we actually see him with all the time. So that explains why he has that all the time right now. And Daichi goes to push Minato on the way to save him because this is a weird way, because Grion pretty much Rubik's Cubes them to death. Like he uses the Rubik's Cube and like starts playing with it, and then they try to Rubik's Cube on Suzuya, and like he just starts going up, down, and then right. So yeah, that's a pretty embarrassing way to go out, and also kind of dangerous to go out because he just got crushed by a couple of G-force. So yeah, he got Rubik's Cube to death, so that's one way to go out. And he also manipulate other alchemists around him to start killing each other, and Minato go down the way to go over to Suzuya trying to get him up, and Leon tells Minato that he had just robbed away dreams of youngsters. And the trumpet arrived saying that she had found a door that is, I think, the door of darkness they've been trying to find. Even telling Minato he won't erase his memory, as the young member did despair, and then leaves with Atropos. And Minato pretty much tried to get Suzuya back alive, but it doesn't work as Suzuya just died in his arm, which is actually pretty sad, actually, I won't lie. It was a pretty well done scene with Minato's actor, like giving it all, to like actually like cry out and actually telling all the other alchemists to stop killing each other, but it's no use. Which I can see why this guy is so adamant in trying to protect his students from Grion. This is one hell of a trauma to actually go through. And it comes hours later as Kyoko actually comes in after saving Spanner, I presume, and actually sees everybody dead. And I try to get Minato to tell him what happened. And Minato pretty much blames himself, saying that he's the reason why everybody's dead. And actually coming back to the present with Fuga and Kyoko, pretty much saying that's the reason why he teamed up with Grion, to like make sure his fellow students right now don't actually fight him off, because they know that they'll all die. As Kyoko still reassures them that they'll still win in the end, as Fuga gives them the direction where to go, and Fuga also stays behind to help out Hotoro. But it doesn't really matter much because Hotoro actually wakes up. Not really wakes up, it's like he was already awake listening to the story, which is good. Like Hotoro should know a lot about his professor. So yeah, our gang arrived, but Minato is there and just transforms into Dread Type 1 to go and fight them off. So we have Valburon, Medjed, and Dread Type 1 fight each other. And yeah, we see Experience pretty much winning out because he actually doing it better to take down both of them. As Cloto arrives, right, and becomes a fusion between, I think, the gorilla and the Bokushia, that Kimi. And actually helped out Minato, but actually stops her before she's going to kill one of them, and saying that he's gonna do it, not her, and that it is his job, and actually like due to the furniture stabs her far away from them. So yeah, that pretty much confirmed that yeah, he is trying to protect them. He is finding his own way to like defeat them, take the driver, and make them not fight. But then Hotoro arrives, saying that he'll defeat Minato, and having with a promise saying that if he does, he'll go back to normal. And to become a professor and actually help them out. As he used a 10-liner once again, and everybody's still concerned that he still hasn't recovered. And I actually do like the fact that yeah, it's very dangerous for Hotoro to transform right now because he has no Kemi other than 10-liner and Warp Terra. But Hotoro doesn't really care and transforms into Iron Gotchard again to fight him. And they do a pretty good job showing a fight between Hotoro and Minato, as Rina and Spanner decided to deal with Cloto. And Minato tried to tell Hotoro that there's no way that they could win, as Grion is too strong, and doesn't want to repeat what happened so many years ago. But Hotoro said that he'll be fine, and to believe in him, And everybody else tried to kind of chime in as Rina said that they're all strong together and that she wants Minato to come back. And Spider being a jerk way. I'm saying that he's overcoming his past and not a coward, but still actually mean and saying that he doesn't want Minato to turn his back on them and wants him to come back. So yeah, he's just doing a jerk's way of being a jerk in a way that he's trying to convince him to come back, but he still cares. Sayama is also happy that he helped him when he was also mind controlled to the Dread head and wants him to come back. And then there's Reggae, who again, she hasn't done much, so yeah, all she does is just also reassure everybody else, saying that everybody trying to get help and everybody trying working together. And Kyoko also there, but he's not going to say much. That Hotaro starts to break down as he's already reaching his limit. But Hotaro saying won't give up. And that's what I like about a hero character like him. As he prepared his finisher, was pretty cool having one camera actually go into the driver and actually become a ride-on feature. He goes into one of the train. And it's actually pretty cool to see like a little passenger. And everybody else uses their finisher to defeat both Kloto and Minato as he uses one pair to teleport one of his arms into the other side for Minato, and he just gets blown up. And both Rina and Spanner defeat Kloto and actually absorb and get Gorilla and Bricia back from her. So that's pretty cool. And now, hopefully Hotaro can now use one of them to transform her, so he doesn't need to put too much strain on his body. Yeah, Hotaro later de-transformed and actually almost pats it out before Rina and Spanner come in to get him before he falls. Telling Minato that, look, he defeated him, so now you have to keep it promise. And saying that they'll defeat Grion together. But Minato also has his memory Suzuya dying and just walks away, which I'm actually kind of glad that not resolved just yet. And probably next episode will resolve this thing. As Kloto goes back to Grion having retrieved the Dread Driver somehow. Hell, we got Dread Driver blown in front of Minato and not anywhere near her, but okay. Grion pretty much tells that Minato is no longer youthful anymore and orders Latches to go and kill him off, as he promises a new chemistry that will be more dangerous and deranged than the one 10 years ago. As the episode ends there. Overall, it was a pretty good episode. There's a lot of good moments with Minato, and we learn his backstory and why he's so doing all that to protect his student, and also pretty much actually doing a good example why he doesn't want people to fight Grion. But only one complaint is Fuga. Again, he just appears out of nowhere from that episode. This episode doesn't explain how he survives. And yeah, hopefully they do explain in the next episode, because it doesn't seem to be the case. Overall, not a bad episode. Rated wide, I give it a 7.1 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or do you not? What do you think about the whole fight between Minato and the student, and also Minato's backstory? Also, what do you guys think about Fuga coming back and also he's running an explanation? Leave a comment down below to talk more about Kamen Rider Gotchard.